Hey Stacy, the stream is live. I'm gonna make you host Mac again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What are you doing? Go up and lay down. Go up and lay down. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Good morning, everyone. I see people starting to come in this morning.
Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Good
So
morning,
good to see
everybody.
everybody.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Sorry.
Good morning. People are coming in.
Good morning, everyone.
Wednesday class. Good morning, Cassandra.
Yes, how are you
Great.
feeling this morning?
Everybody's coming in.
Hi, Joyce.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Friday.
Good morning.
Movement is our medicine.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
That's so true.
That's awesome. Yes, it is.
Right. And we're up to 25, 27. People are coming in. I love to see it. Love these full classes. So
Good
glad
morning.
that
Good
so many of you are
morning.
coming in every morning.
Stacy, you should be proud that you have this type of platform for everyone that needs it in our age bracket.
I feel very blessed to be able to provide exercises and movement and, you know, this opportunity to connect with people in the morning. I'm really enjoying it myself. And I'm so glad that you guys are benefiting from it. And I read your feedback and I see how many of you are telling me that you have more range of motion in your shoulders, that you're getting some good stretches when we work on the hips. I really love it. And even when people say something like, I had a hard time keeping up, so I took a little break, but I'm going to watch it later. Even that, it's telling me that you're learning how to listen to your body and respond appropriately. And that's really what this is all about. It's a journey.
Wonderful.
It is wonderful. We have 40 people in already. I'd like to get started, so I'm going to go ahead and share my opening slides.
Good morning.
Here we are. Good morning and welcome. It's Wednesday morning, and that means our morning fitness class is seated strength training. Start your day strong with me. I'm so glad you all are here. Today's class will be done sitting in a chair and using light weights or whatever weights you feel are appropriate for you and what meets your fitness goals. For those of you who haven't met me before, I am your guide. My name is Stacy. I'm from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, which I've used in the school systems for many years in the state of Maryland before retiring here to Pennsylvania. Now I have a very small private practice in mental health counseling. And in addition to that, I've always been involved in fitness, and I started teaching fitness as a group instructor and personal trainer in the mid-1980s. And I love connecting with other adults who are interested in improving their health and fitness and overall wellness. Get Set Up is a training and educational platform that helps you learn useful skills from people just like yourself so that you can continue to do the wonderful things you've done all your life and maintain independence as we age in our homes. We do learn from one another, and ideally we can see you because your cameras are on. And I love that connection that we have in the beginning where people are saying hello to one another. You're getting to know each other in this class, just like you would if you were going every day to a gym and you would start to see the same people in class. Remember that you can request a recording when class is over simply by emailing help@getsetup.io. And if you're joining by live stream on our website, remember that the best way to participate is really to join us and register for a class. We welcome you, but we want you to be able to fully participate and have the benefit of receiving an email after class that gives you some key takeaways and also mentions some other classes you might be interested in. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products or services that I might talk about or demonstrate during my class. Be sure to check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program, especially if you have any health conditions or take any medications. And if your doctor has given you some specific recommendations or restrictions regarding exercise intensity or range of motion, please be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything I'm doing or demonstrating in class. And remember, you know your body best. If you feel like you need to take a break, if the weight is too heavy for you, if the range of motion is too large, bring it down, minimize, set the weights down. You don't have to keep up with anybody else in class. This is your journey and your exercise program today. Great, and I'm going to go ahead and spotlight myself so that you all can see me and we can get started. So there's my setup. I have my chair ready to go. I have a collection of weights over here from 1 pound to 5 for myself today. And remember, this is the class where I offer the optional use of throw pillows for some additional support for your back. Again, this is optional, but I do find that it helps to take the strain off of your lower back when we're doing some of our shoulder work that involves leaning forward in a 45-degree angle. So if you have pillows handy and you can grab them, do so. Be sure you have your water. Very important that we maintain our hydration during our class. So let's get started. I'm going to start with some water. Cheers. All right, and it's a wonderful Wednesday, and a great day to do some seated strength training. First of all, let's look at our positioning in the chair. Halfway from the back of the chair to the front edge. Our knees are bent at a 90-degree angle with feet flat on the floor. Your thighs are coming straight forward out of your hips so that your knees are about a hip width apart, or the width of two hands between your knees as they are placed edge to edge right here. And then your feet flat on the floor, toes facing forward, knees pointing directly over your feet. And then your torso is sitting upright. Your diaphragm is lifted, and you're able to access that space right along your midsection between the top of your hip bones and the lower rib bone. If you're able to access that space and be aware of it, that means you're lifting correctly, you're tightening appropriately, and you have your core braced for this morning. Let's take a nice inhale, reaching up nice and tall, stretching through the back, through the shoulders, and release. Now let's take a little bit of neck range of motion. So we're going to take our chin over the right shoulder, right here. You're looking over that right shoulder, but your torso continues to face forward. Hands on the thighs can help with that. And then back to center, looking forward and over to the other side, chin right over the shoulder. And forward, ear to the shoulder with a head tilt. Maintaining facing forward. And as you're doing these exercises this morning, remember to maintain your breathing at a natural rhythm and rate. We're not going to do anything special as we lift and lower weights. Just breathe comfortably. And release. Head up straight and tilt to the other side. Ear to the shoulder, head facing forward. And release. Let's do a gentle twist of the torso over to the right side. Place your hands on the side of the chair if you're able to reach, on the side of the seat right here, and hold. Feeling that stretch through the torso. Keep your hips firmly planted in the chair. So the twist is just from the waist up. Facing forward, let's rotate to the other side. Hold on to the seat of the chair. And release. Shoulder circles around to the back, up, around, and back. Now start small with shoulders. This is an area where you have to be careful with your range of motion. Don't press through creaking, grinding, crackling, or popping. If you're experiencing that, minimize the range of motion. So make your circle smaller and slower. We never want to power through painful, sticky spots with our joints. We want to work around it more slowly, smaller range of motion until we get a little bit more joint lubrication and it becomes more comfortable to move in a larger range. Let's reverse that direction now, going back, forward, up, and around. Again, it's your comfort level for this range and speed. Back, up, around, and down. And you're breathing while you're doing this. And last one, and relax. Let's take a reach up overhead, starting over to your right side, lifting your left arm and reach over, using this arm to support yourself with your hand on the seat of the chair. Continue to have your torso facing forward. We're not doing a twist. We are doing a stretch so you can feel it between the armpit and the hips, right here. Reach long, then stretch side up, and let's go to the other side. Reach out first, up, overhead, and all the way over. Release and lift up. All right, we're going to start with some back and shoulder work. So let's grab your weights. Now let's talk about weights. I have 1s, 2s, 3s, and 5s available for me today. So I'll let you know when I'm going to work with a slightly heavier weight, and you adjust accordingly. Remember, we started these classes back in February, and I did everything with 1 pound weights just to get started. And then gradually moved up to 2s and 3s. And now for some of the exercises, I'm doing 5s. You might be able to do the same thing, and that's whatever your fitness goals are. My fitness goals are to gain some definition. I want some more toning and a little bit more muscle bulk in my arms and shoulders. But not everybody wants that. So if you're just working on strengthening, keep those weights lower. But if you want more toning, then any increase in the size of your lean muscle mass, then you want to gradually use heavier weights. So the first exercise we're going to do are our seated deadlifts. And seated deadlifts work a lot of your hips and your lower back and through your mid back and a little bit of shoulders and upper back. And I'm going to go heavier today and use 5s for this. So I'm pulling my 5 pound weights up here, and I place them on the floor right next to my feet on the outside. And from this lower hinged forward position with a flat back, and I'm leaning right over my thighs, I'm going to grab a hold of my weights and just lift straight up till the weights are at my knees, and then release back down to the floor. So lift and lower, 1, 2, 3. Lift for 1 count and lower slowly. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 3 more at this pace. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Let's lift for 2 and lower for 2. So lift, 1, 2, and lower, 1, 2. Lift, 1, 2, and lower, 1, 2. Lift and lower. 2 counts up and 2 counts down. Lift and lower. 4 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Just 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. And lower. And this last one is more challenging. We're going to lift slowly for 3 counts and then release back down to the floor for 1 count, but still in good control. Lifting, 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift, 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift, 1, 2, 3, and lower. 1, 2, 3, return. Lift, 1, 2, 3, and down. Up, 2, 3, with control. Last 2, 2, 3. Return. Here's the last one. Up, 2, 3, and down. Great job. Now, here's where we're going to use those pillows because we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work. And if we were in the gym, we would use an incline bench to hold our bodies at a 45-degree angle. Now, if you were sitting in your chair and holding your back at a 45-degree angle and working with your shoulders and your arms, you'd be putting a lot of strain right here on your lower back. So the use of pillows helps you to release that stress and strain on the lower back and rest on these pillows, and you're still maintaining this 45-degree angle for these lifts. Now, 5s are a little heavy for my shoulders today, so I'm going to use 3s. And I'm going to start with my arms down here by my ankles and just lift up to the side. Lateral side raises. Lift and lower. Lift and lower for 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift up, lower. 1, 2, 3. And up, lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Lift, lower. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Lower. 1, 2, 3. Let's go up for 2 and down for 2. Lift right here and down. Lift for 2 and down. Lift 1, 2 and down. I'm keeping my elbows just slightly bent. You don't want your arms to be extended fully with elbows locked because that puts extra stress and strain on the elbow joint. And remember, you're holding your weights loosely enough so that you're not squeezing, just tight enough so you don't drop them. Here's the last one for 2 counts. Now we're going to lift for 3 and lower on 1. 1, 2, 3, and down. Lift, 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 and down. 3 more. Modify by keeping those elbows even more bent. And down. 2 more. And here's the last one. 1, 2, 3, and down. Great. All right, that's the only exercise today that we're going to do with the pillows, but it's a good exercise. So I'm taking those out to the side. And we're going to do some more shoulder work, but we're going to do it seated upright. And I'm going to continue to use these 3-pound weights today. Now, we just did the incline side lateral raises. Now we're going to do them upright. And we're going to just lift to the side, bring the arms forward and down in front. Then lift in front, open side, and release back down to the hips. Remember, again, modify with more of a bent arm, in and down. And we're not going to do our counting series with this exercise. Just one big, good, hard set of 8. Okay? Lift, in, down in front, lift in front, open side, and down. Make sure your chest is lifted. Keep that back nice, straight, and strong. Down, lifting to about shoulder height, open side, and down to the hips. And lift, arms forward, down in front, just 2 more. Lift, open side, down, last one. Lift, forward, and down, up in front, open side, and down. Great. let's do a bit of biceps work. I'm gonna go with a heavier weight. I'm gonna move forward on my chair so that I have more of a range of motion without banging too hard into the chair. So I'm sitting right here on the edge and my arms are extended down by my hips. And I'm gonna just bring the weights up to my shoulders and my elbows are tight in by my waist and lower. So lift and lower, 1, 2, 3. Bring it up and lower, 1, 2, 3. Nice and tall. Lift and lower, 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower, 1, 2, 3. Up and lower, 2, 3. Arms up, lower, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're not rocking to assist with that lift, but you're really isolating the biceps by keeping the rest of the body tight and strong, stationary. Nothing's moving and those elbows are fixed by your side, nice and tight. Here's the last one, up and lower, 1, 2, 3. Up for 2 and down for 2. Make sure your hands are not squeezing, and down for 2. Lift and down. Lift. Remember, you can always follow along with these exercises and not use any weights if that's not your thing. Just working on the range of motion and the repetition of these movements. That does give you some strengthening just as well. Lift, up and down. Up for 2 and down for 2. 2 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Here's the last one. Up for 2 and down for 2. And now we do our lift for 3 and lower on 1. So it's up, 1, 2, 3 and down. Lift, 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and down. I see you guys moving. 1, 2, 3 and down. Looking good. 1, 2, 3. Just 4 more right here. Counting 1, 2, 3 and lower. 3 more. I hope you're feeling it a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit of the burn with only the 5 pounds. 3 and down. Last one. 1, 2, 3 and lower, nice and slowly. Now we're going to go with a light weight, working with more of an extended arm. We're going to do some shoulder rotations as well as some little presses. I'm going to take 2s to start with, but even 2s might be a little bit much for this exercise. So we're going to start with our arms extended to the side. Remember, not all the way where your elbows are locked, but just a gentle outstretched arm, releasing the fingers, and we're going to just press forward. Little tiny movements, pressing those weights forward. Make sure that you're in a good position with your back lifted straight and strong, pressing forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and guess what? Pressing to the back. So I'm going to turn my hand now. My thumbs are facing down. The back of my hand is forward, and I'm going to press my palms to the back, just slightly. Again, it's a very small movement. Press back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, press up. Palms are up now, and see my elbows are bent just slightly, but you can modify by bringing them in here tightly, more towards your body, right here. Lift. I do 2 for each count, so it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, press down. Now my palms are facing down. 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And holding right here, I want you to do some rotations. Palms up, rotate, palms down. Palms up, palms down. Let's do 6 more. Up and down. Palms up and down. And 4 more. And 3, gentle twisting. 2, here's the last one. And release. Great job. Did you feel how that really worked the whole entire shoulder cap area? Now with the arms down by your sides, I want you to just pull your elbows up nice and high, pulling your weights into your armpits. Back of the hand faces forward. I'm just scooting a little bit to the side in my chair so you can see me straight on. I usually sit a little bit more on the diagonal so that you can see more of my position right here. Every now and then I turn and face forward so that you can see exactly what I'm doing from the front. Lifting and return. Lift and return. Let's just do 4 more right here. And 3. 2 more. Last one, overhead, alternating. And again, with a lighter weight because we're going up overhead. Now, when you press up overhead, notice that my arms aren't back here at my ears, but rather they are forward. I always want to keep the weights at its highest point within my peripheral vision. So I'm really lifting front and up. This gives you more control. If you were to be lifting with your hand back here by your ear, you lose a bit of control as well as add additional strain onto the shoulders. So make sure that you are right here in front as we alternate right and left. Talked through that. So let's just do 4 more sets of right and left. Nice and tall, diaphragm lifted. Your body is stationary. Those hips are down. 2 more. And last one. Now we're going to do good mornings. Now let's look at the different levels of good mornings. This is an exercise typically done standing, but we're doing it seated. And it involves a bow forward, hinging from the hips and return. So at the first level, you might want to just hold your weights right here on your thighs as you bow forward and sit back up straight. Bow forward, sit up straight. At the next level, you might place your hands with the weights at your waist as you hinge forward and return. Now you're using your hips as well as your lower back and mid back for this exercise. And at the more challenging position, you have weights on your shoulders. This is typically done with a barbell laying across the back with heavier weights and bent knees in a standing position. Now it's really good for your hips. Bend forward and return. So even in a seated chair position, if you focus on your hips helping to bring you back upright, you can feel how they are being activated in this exercise. It starts in the hips and then goes into the lower back and mid back. Let's just do 4 more. Right here and up. 3 more and up. 2 more and up. Last one and up. Nice job. That's something you can always do on your own with or without weights to really activate the muscles in your hips and lower back, which are so important for balance. All right, let's do some, we're going to do some one arm work with our arms and shoulders. And rather than using the pillow, because we're going to use one arm at a time here, you can use your forearm to support your body as you lean forward. And then with the arm that you're going to work on first, take that weight and just let it hang down here along the side of your leg. And we're gonna just lift up to the side and up in front. Lift up to the side, lift up in front. And remember, modify by keeping a bent elbow up in front. Challenge yourself a little bit with a more lengthened arm, lifting to the side, lifting forward, lifting side, lifting forward. And make sure you are using this supporting arm to hold your weight. Just 2 more. Lifting side, lifting forward. Here's the last one. Lifting side, lifting forward. And from right here, I want you to take this weight at your waist. We're going to work on our triceps. So we're starting with the weight right here by your waist and extend straight back behind you. Elbow back behind you. Extend and bend. My palm is facing my body. Extend and bend. And my elbow is as far back behind my body as I can manage. And I'm extending and bend. Work that triceps out and in. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. All right, let's switch over now to the other side. So we're going to take that supporting arm, bending at the elbow. Forearm lays right here across the thighs, just above the knees. And the working arm now hangs down by the leg, wherever it is, in a comfortable starting position. And just lift to the side and then lift front. Palms are facing down. And remember, you're holding this weight loosely. Just tight enough so you don't drop it. Lift side and return. Lift up and return. Modify with more of a bent arm. Lift, return, lift and return. Side, front, 2 more. Side, front. Here's the last one. Side and front. And let's work that triceps. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see me. Here's my supported position with my arm across my legs. And I'm taking the working arm with my elbow pressed toward the back. The weight starts right here at my waist. Palm faces my body as I extend and return to the waist. Notice that my upper arm is not moving. Just simply extending the forearm out and in. Out and in. Out and in. 4 more. And 3. And last one, and release. Good. We're going to revisit biceps with a lighter weight. So we just did triceps. Let's do another round of biceps. But this time, start at the waist and just go to the upper high position and return only to the waist. Both together, right here. This is the high part of the biceps curl, the upper portion. From right here and up, up. And as you peak, reaching the, as the weights are at your shoulder, think about a little bit of a squeeze in that biceps muscle. When you're right here, squeeze it and release. Just 2 more. Right here and down. Squeeze right here and down. Great. Let's do just a little bit of leg work. I think I'll take my 3-pound weights. And what we're going to do is just place the weights right here on your thighs. And let's just start with a heel dig forward or a heel tap. So we extend the leg and bring the foot back in. So there's just a tiny little bit of a lift involved here in order to give your lower leg enough freedom to extend, tap the heel, and return. So we're feeling this a little bit in the quadriceps as well as in your hips, and just a tiny bit in the hamstrings, right? Return. Tap and return. Tap and return. Tap and return. Let's do one more, right and left. Tap and return. Last one. Now, can we do a full leg extension? So that means that you're going to just extend the lower leg and return, alternating right and left. Just nice and slowly extend and return, out and in. Extend and return. Extend and return. Sitting nice and tall, hips firmly planted in that chair. Extend and return. Right here. Extend and return. Extend and return. Out and in. Last one, right and left. Here it is. And now just a little bit of marching. Can we do a little bit of marching? So if you can just lift your foot completely from the floor, maintaining your posture. Keep it nice and slow. You don't have to lift very high. Now we're working the hip flexors. Those are the muscles that lift your legs when you're marching, right there in the front. Lifting, lifting. Feel that? Lift. Let's do 4 more, right and left. 3 more. And 2. Last one. I'm really going to challenge you today. I want you to try to do some stand up and sit downs. So yes, this is a seated class, but it is very important in order to maintain our independence that we can always stand up and sit back down unassisted. So with very light weights or no weights at all, we're just going to hold the weights right here in front, whatever's comfortable for you, by your sides, and I want you to just stand up and sit down. Can you do that? Stand up and sit down. So release the chair, hold the weights, stand up and sit down. If this is easy for you, maybe you want to put the weights on your shoulders. Stand up and sit down. Let's do 4 more. Stand up and sit down. Make sure those knees are over the toes, pointing forward. Stand up and sit down. 3 more. Stand up and sit down. 2 more. Stand up and sit down. Last one. Stand up and sit down. Yay, we did it. Excellent. I would really like to add that exercise to our normal Wednesday program because I do think it's important that we can always get out of a chair unassisted. So that's a great start. All right, we're going to start with our stretching and a bit of a cool down. So you can release your weights, grab some water. I've hardly had water during our class this morning. You guys didn't remind me. Let's inhale up nice and big, stretching tall overhead, reach right and left and right and hold. Reach left, right, left and hold. Reach right, left, right and hold. Reach left, right, left and hold. Take it to the side. Reach right, left, right, and hold. You don't have to move very far. I want you just to be moving your rib cage, keeping your waist and your hips stationary. Reach right and hold. Right, left, right and hold. Left, right, left and hold. One more time to the right and left. And hold. And left, right, and hold. And release. Let's do a little bit of a back stretching. So we're going to start reaching all the way overhead and hinge forward all the way. Wherever you are comfortable, can you let your arms hang down? Rest your chest over your thighs if you're able to. If your hips have that flexibility and allow you this much movement, just hang forward. And as you reach that forward position, allow your spine to just curve forward and let your neck relax, shoulders, and finally your head falls forward in a comfortable position, relaxed fully from your tailbone to the top of your head. Release by placing your hands right above your thigh, your knees on your thighs, and using your arms to press yourself back up into the seated position so you're not putting any additional stress and strain on your spine. And let's do it again. Reach up, nice and tall. Hinge forward, flat back, hinging forward as far as you're able to comfortably go with your hip flexibility. Relax when you reach that point and allow yourself to reach forward, rounding your back over your thighs. Let your arms dangle. And finally, curve your spine from the tailbone to the top of the head, releasing your shoulders and your neck, and relax in this stretched position. Place your hands above your knees right here on your thighs and press back up into a seated position. We did a lot of work with our back today, our hips, low back, mid back, our upper back, and our shoulders. So that is a great stretch. You can access that stretch anytime during the day from a seated position. If you have a chair with arms, you can use those arms to help yourself hinge forward and return back up into this upright position, or use your hands right here on your thighs to do that. But it's great for stretching out the length of your spine in an easy, safe manner. Let's inhale up again, reach nice and tall, and blow it out. And in your chair, I just want you to find a comfortable position. We'll do just a little bit of breathing, little breath work. And I'm going to give you some good positive thoughts to take with you today about your exercise. So with your feet flat on the floor and your chest lifted, begin to bring your awareness to your breath. Listen to your body. If your body is prompting you to take a big deep breath and sigh, do that. I often feel the need for that after a workout. And then I return to my normal breathing, normal rate and rhythm. And as you bring your awareness to your breath, be aware that when you fill up your lungs with an inhale, that you fill from the bottom to the top with good, healthy, clean air, cleansing breath. And when you release that on the exhale, that the breath comes out of your body from the top to the bottom of your lungs. And hopefully you expel all the air all the way to the bottom of your lungs with your exhale. And this happens automatically. You don't normally even think about it. But right now, at the end of our session, I want you to think about your breath. Bring your awareness to that breath. Make each inhale feel like joy. And each exhale, getting rid of stress. Inhale positivity and light. Exhale worries and fears. And have some of these thoughts today, some of the thoughts that I offer you. And I like to offer 3 or 4 different positive affirmations. And maybe they don't all work for you, but my hope is that at least one of the affirmations that I offer at the end of class will resonate with you today. And it'll be something that you can take with you and think about. Whether you work out again with another class on Get Set Up, or whether you repeat some of my exercises later in the day or tomorrow, keep these positive thoughts in mind. I am patient and loving with thoughts about my body. When I recognize my strengths and my weaknesses, I think about them with patience and love. Full in the knowledge that things are improving every day. I'm getting stronger, more flexible, more coordinated, with better balance. And along with that, I feel more confidence. But I know this takes time. And so I am able to access my patience and my kind thoughts about my body. And while I'm doing that, I appreciate all that I am today. I appreciate my abilities today. What I was able to do and get through in today's exercise program. I appreciate that. I am a yes person. I resonate with positivity. I say yes to new opportunities, just like working out every morning. The changes in my body are easy to make. Little bit at a time is all it takes, and showing up every day and just putting forth your best effort for that moment. I am at peace. After this workout and taking in these thoughts, I am at peace. Thank you all for joining me, and thank you for listening. I'm going to come on up and share my ending screen. All right, here we are. Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me today. The best way you can thank myself and any of the other guides on Get Set Up is by sharing your experience. And if you're active on social media, you can use the hashtag GetSetUp, or you can use @GetSetUp. And if you're not on social media, no worries. Email Liz at GetSetUp. If you have pictures of yourself working out, please send pictures. I would love to see pictures of you guys. Maybe make a collage that I can use to motivate myself that you guys are with me and working out. And if you have feedback or any other stories that you want to share about working out, please email Liz and tell her about it. Her email is right there, liz@getsetup.io. And if you're looking for some more active classes, you want to get moving later today, look for an Ageless Grace class, which is exercises for the body and mind. Look for Get Moving with line dancing, or the wonderful yoga classes that we have now. My next class tomorrow is combo training. Combo training is a little bit of everything. We do it standing. We have a chair available. We do some weights, we do some cardio, and we do it in a circuit training format, which means we do it timed. So rather than counting, I say, okay, we're going to do this for 60 seconds, and I give you the time. So you can find your own pace and follow along in a circuit training format with combo training. Be on the lookout for the email that you will receive with some key takeaways from today's class. It will also highlight other classes that might be of interest to you, and there will be a link where you can provide feedback about today's class, about Get Set Up in general. So please do that. I read all of the feedback. I also read what's in the chat as I get a transcript after each class. Spread the word about learning with Get Set Up. Come host an interest group. Let us know what you're interested in and what you'd like to talk about, and we can help you get that set up. Suggest a different class that you might like to see on Get Set Up. We'll see what we can do to provide it for you. And know that we do partner with assisted care, senior living, government, and community organizations. And you can request a session recording and share ideas for new classes by emailing help@getsetup.io. Thank you so much again for joining me today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thanks,
Bye.
Stacy. Great class.
Thank you,
Bye.
Stacy. Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.